Welcome. We're here to talk about a fundamental truth. Your body is the ground of your being. This is where your power lives. And we're going to explore the four games of life framework, which is your blueprint for a truly integrated existence. This framework shows you how to stop sacrificing your vitality for success and instead make your health the foundation for everything you have a desire to create. We are focusing today on winning the health game daily, because when you win here, you win everywhere else. So let's start by looking at the painful truth of where most of us are right now. You are winning at everything except your own body. You are crushing it in your career. You are a devoted partner. You are building a legacy, but you are doing it all on fumes. You are sacrificing your health to win at wealth or to win at relationships, treating your body like a vehicle to be driven hard, not a sacred temple to be honored. The result can be chronic exhaustion, mysterious pain, and a deep sense of disconnection from your physical self. But here is the truth that we all must accept. We cannot win at life while losing at health. Your body is the ground upon which all transformation stands. So how do we fix this imbalance? Well, we need a framework that shows us where we are playing and where we are neglecting. Now, the reality is that life is not one game. There are many, many, many games that we can play, many, many human endeavors that we can engage in, but only four of them are mandatory. And we are all playing these games for the entirety of our life. We cannot opt out of any of them. And you're already playing them now, whether you're conscious of it or not. You always have been. There is the game of health, which is your physical vitality and energy. If you don't make time for health, you have to make time for sickness. There is the game of wealth, which is your abundance and resources. And if you don't make time for abundance, you have to make time for scarcity. There is the game of relationships, which is about your connections and unity consciousness. And if you don't make time for connection, you're going to have to make time for isolation. And finally, there is the game of meaning, which is your purpose and contribution. Because if you don't make time for joy, true fulfilling joy, you're going to have to make time for suffering at some point. And true mastery is not winning one game, it is aligning all four. We can see these four mandatory games as being like four different horses pulling a golden chariot. And this chariot is our life. Now, when those four horses are aligned, they will take us anywhere we desire to go. But if even one of them is neglected, starts pulling in a different direction, it affects our capacity of experiencing the things we desire to experience and going where we want to go. And the foundation of this all, the non-negotiable starting point, is always health. So let us define what winning the health game actually means. Because the health game is not about perfection. It is about presence in your body. We have been conditioned to think of health as an ideal weight or a restrictive diet. But that is a performance, not a practice. The health game is about cultivating a conscious, loving relationship with the physical form. This means mastering energy management, understanding that vitality is your true currency. It means cultivating embodied presence, your ability to listen to your body's wisdom instead of just overriding it and ignoring it. And it means committing to sacred maintenance, the daily rituals that keep your physical temple clean and strong. But if it's so simple, then why are so many people losing? Well, it comes down to three destructive patterns. And these are the three patterns that sabotage your vitality, the ways that we unconsciously choose to lose the health game. The first one is the productivity trap, where you treat your body like a machine and you glorify the hustle. You override every signal of fatigue because you believe that rest is weakness. Second is the disconnection, where you live entirely in your head, ignoring hunger, thirst, and pain until they scream at you. You're a ghost in your own machine. And the third is the all or nothing cycle, swinging wildly between extreme discipline and total collapse. You treat health as a destination that you must arrive at, not a daily practice that you must commit to. And we need to break these patterns. And the best place to start is by winning the very first hour of your day. We just talked about the three patterns that sabotage your vitality. Now, let's talk about the single most powerful antidote, the morning. If you would like to win the day, you must win the first hour. Your morning is not just preparation for life, it is life itself. And we must treat it as sacred. This sacred morning blueprint is a simple 4-step ritual to shift you from the unconscious state of sleep into a state of conscious presence and power. Start with hydration. Drink a large glass of water immediately to flush toxins and activate your metabolism. Then move to a short breath practice to shift your nervous system from sleep to presence. Follow this with 15 to 20 minutes of intentional movement, a gentle stretch, a walk, anything to wake up the body. And finally, nourishment, a grounding meal eaten with presence, not while scrolling or distracting yourself. Now, this blueprint is your daily temple building practice. It sets the frequency for everything that follows. And of course, there may be times when you are intermittent fasting, you're not having breakfast, you're not having lunch, and you may make an adjustment here. But if you're still holding on to those first three, even times when you are fasting in the morning, still perfectly fine. If you're not fasting, make sure your nourishment is with absolute presence. But of course, a powerful start needs powerful maintenance. So let's look at how to manage that energy through the day. Because if you started your day strong, there is a truth that we must observe, and that is that our energy is not infinite. It is a finite resource, and the secret to sustained vitality is learning to spend it wisely. This is where the sacred game of energy management comes in. You must honor the 90-minute pulse. Our brains are designed to work in focused 90-minute blocks, not 8 hours straight. Work hard, then take a real break to reset. Also, pay attention to your posture as power. Stand tall. Your physical posture signals confidence and safety to your nervous system. It's the message that we communicate in. And the simplest, easiest tool of all, use breath check-ins. Pause 5 times a day for 5 conscious breaths to interrupt the stress cycle before it begins to accumulate. And most importantly, practice energetic boundaries. Say no to what drains you. Your vitality is sacred, and you must protect it fiercely. Now, let's talk about how you end the day, because that determines how you begin tomorrow. And it doesn't just determine how you begin. How you end your day is the single greatest predictor of your success tomorrow. We can't just crash into bed and expect deep restorative sleep. We have to intentionally prepare for it. And this is the ritual of evening restoration. The first step is the digital sunset. Screens off 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Blue light, which is found in these screens, is a stimulant that actively suppresses melatonin, which is the sleep hormone in the system, keeping your nervous system wired. Next, we engage in a gratitude practice. This is a very beautiful thing to do, to reflect on 3 things that you are genuinely grateful for, and try to make these different things each night so you don't begin going through the motions. And this simple act of gratitude shifts your nervous system from stress and vigilance to safety and calm. Then use breath for sleep. The 4-7-8 breath is a powerful tool to activate the parasympathetic nervous system and signal the body it is time to rest. Finally, create a sleep sanctuary. Make your room cool, dark, and quiet, and honor consistent sleep and wake times. When you restore deeply, you don't just recover from the day, you prepare yourself for the next one at the highest possible level. This holistic approach to health, morning, day, and night, is the foundation for all other games of life, however simple it may seem. And we talked here about the blueprint, but now we must talk about the foundation, because your health is not just one of the four games, it is the ground upon which every other game is played. Vitality is the currency of purpose. If you are running on fumes, you cannot create wealth, you cannot show up fully in your relationships, and you certainly cannot sustain your meaning. Look at the connections. Health fuels wealth because energy is required to create, serve, and generate abundance. Exhaustion is the silent killer of creativity. Health supports relationships because when you are grounded and regulated in your body, you show up present and calm for others. Depletion makes you reactive and short tempered. And finally, health sustains meaning because your divine assignment requires sustained high level energy. You cannot serve the world if you are constantly running on empty. So let's stop treating our bodies like machines to be driven and start treating them like temples to be honored. This is the integration point. Now, let's look at the simple, powerful commitment that changes everything, because this is where the rubber meets the road. We know that small, consistent actions are what compound into a transformed life. And this is the 7-day health game challenge. We're not aiming for perfection, we are aiming for consistency. The challenge is built around the sacred morning blueprint: hydration, breath, movement, and nourishment to set your energy for the day. At midday, we introduce the 90-minute work pulse, followed by a conscious reset. This honors your natural energy cycles and prevents burnout. And in the evening, you commit to the sacred evening blueprint: digital sunset, gratitude, and sleep. This is how you end the day well so you can begin the next day strong. The key is the tracker. Journal your energy levels 3 times a day and notice the patterns, because awareness is the first step to transformation. And initially, you will be administering this and doing it because you're trying something new. But when you continue to record that evidence and see the shift happening, then you do this because it seems counterintuitive not to. And this simple 7-day commitment, that's all you need to commit to start off with, is your entry point to a life of sustained vitality. And we close here with this profound truth. Your body is not a machine to be driven. It is a temple to be honored. This entire health game is not about discipline or punishment. It is about devotion. It is about recognizing the sacredness of the vessel that carries your soul signature. Your next steps are simple and clear. Create the 7-day health tracker right now. Commit to practicing the morning and evening blueprints this week. And most importantly, notice how your energy shifts when you treat your body with this level of reverence. You are not here to merely survive the week, the month, or even the year. You are here to thrive. Go forth and honor your temple.